What's going on, everybody? It's Conti here with another video. How to create a video flicker effect in DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve 16 is the version of the software used in this tutorial. To insert your video file into your project, ensure that you are in the edit window of DaVinci Resolve. Go to File, and Import Media. Inside your media pool underneath Master, you will find the video file that you have found and inserted into your project from your File Explorer. Left click on the thumbnail for your video, hold your mouse button down and drag this to the timeline. Let go of your left mouse button once it is in place, starting from the 0-second mark on your timeline at the very beginning. Going back to the same thumbnail in the media pool, left click on the symbol which appears in the bottom right corner when you hover your mouse cursor over the thumbnail. This symbol comprises of a rectangle in a landscape layout with 3 dots inside in the middle laid out horizontally. Left click once and this should reveal a window which displays the frame rate of your video. Each second of the video that I have just moved into the timeline from my media pool comprises of just under 30 frames, 30 still images. Returning to the timeline, using the red indicator, locate the part of your video that you wish to apply a flicker effect to. Left click on the playhead, hold your mouse button down and drag this along your video clip, paying close attention to the duration reader on the left side. The first 2 digits to the right represent the frame number. The next 2 digits represent the second, which your red indicator is currently at on your timeline. So here, for example, we are at the 9th frame past the 1 second mark. I'm going to drag my playhead further along to the 3-second mark. Go to select your blade edit mode tool. You can also select this by pressing B. Left click once. Now left click on the red line which appears underneath your playhead to make a trim on your timeline. What we are basically doing in this first method here is creating a set of gaps in the video clip which will result in a black void being shown once the final video clip is playing. To cut out part of this video clip, what we need to do now is move to the next stage of the video clip to make another trim. Rather than using the mouse to do this manually again, what I'm going to do is use the keyboard. If I hold in K and tap L twice, this should move the red indicator 2 frames along. I will zoom in more so that we can see this segment much clearer. With the blade edit mode selected again, repeat the process of left clicking once on the red line. Now hold in K and tap L twice again. And use the blade edit mode to make a trim. I'm going to repeat this process by shifting along by 2 frames each time before making a trim until I have completed trims across 1 second of my video clip here. You can choose to do less or more trims depending on how long you want your flicker effect to be. And so my trims start from the 3-second mark and finish at the 4-second mark. Go to your selection mode tool. Press A on your keyboard as a shortcut for this. Ensure that your linked selection tool is on. This should be highlighted in white to ensure that the visual and audio elements are selected simultaneously on your timeline. Left click once on the first edit that you have trimmed out on your timeline. Now hold in Control, use Command instead of Control if you're a Mac user, and left click once on the second edit along from the initial one that you've selected. Repeat this process until you have selected every other edit in your set of trims. Now press backspace on your keyboard. This is one method that you can utilize to create a flicker effect. Bear in mind that parts of the audio will also be deleted from your project. Should you wish to avoid this and keep the audio in your file and instead blank out the visuals, press Ctrl and Z to undo here. Use Command instead of Control if you're a Mac user. Left click on your linked selection icon to turn this off. Now with your video edits deselected, which you can also do by left clicking off of the edits on your timeline, such as the grey underneath for example. Left click once on the first edit that you trimmed out on your timeline. hold Control and left click on the second edit along from this first one, repeating the process that you saw in the first demonstration, however leaving the audio elements out on this occasion. Press backspace again to remove the visuals. And in this example here, the audio should be maintained throughout the whole video. An alternative method to creating a flicker effect is as follows. Go to Effects Library, under Toolbox select Generators, and under Generators select Solid Color. Left click on this once, hold your mouse button down and drag this to the timeline above the video clip that you previously trimmed. Left click on the Solid Color edit. Ensure that black is the color in the generator properties underneath Inspector. And zooming out on your timeline, ensure that you use the Selection Mode tool to resize the edit so that this is the same size as each of the edits that you trimmed out from your video clip. Left click on the end and drag your mouse cursor to the left to decrease the size of the edit. Like so. Left click on this edit to ensure that it is selected, right click and go to Copy. Left click on the red indicator and drag this to the next edit along, or alternatively left click once on the Skip Forward button underneath your video preview to go to the end of your first edit, then left click once again to go to your second trimmed edit along, with the red line at the start of this third small edit here. Right click on the grey space above the blue video edit and left click once on Paste. Repeat this process until you have a solid color edit above every other small edit that you made in your trimming process, with each solid color edit running for 2 frames and each gap in between these lasting for 2 frames also. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that video was useful to you. If you enjoyed the video and wish to be notified about future uploads on this channel, please like and subscribe. Join me soon for another video. Take care.